Though deep down I know I might be headed for teardrops. Now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I won't. I've been looking for love so true. When I was down and out, along came you. Though you might be a liar and a cheat too, I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, no, no. Now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I won't. I've been looking for love so true. When I was down and out, along came you. Though you might be a liar and a cheat too, I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, no, no. best beware. And though deep down I know I might be headed for teardrops, now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I won't. I've been looking for love so true. When I was down and out, along came you. Though you might be a liar and a cheat too, I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby.
There we go. Hey everybody, welcome back. Oh, I thought the light would look more reddish, but I guess with the quality of the camera here, it's not looking as red. Can I make it more red? I don't even know if it'll appear. Now I'm getting into the pink zone. Alright, we'll shoot back over here to blue. Make it, oh, I'm wearing blue shirt, gosh darn it. Green day, red day. We'll go with a reddish pink hue here. There we go. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you guys all had a good week overall. Bitcoin did not have a good week overall, but we'll be talking about that a little bit more, along with the CPI data, recession fears, all the good stuff here. And then we'll go on to the normal Friday night jams and relaxing to kind of watch to see how this market reacts. So, officially here today, guys, we did have a close down below the trend line here. That is significant. What I'm looking at right now is this breakdown here, and then also when we had the, let me open up this other chart here. As far as the Gann levels are concerned, we also have the breakdown off of any one of these charts, I guess. The Bitcoin to USD charts here. You are just having a fun time this week, aren't you? Temporarily. Oh, he jumped down. Okay. Also a breakdown below this chart right here. There we go. Which happened a few days ago. Oh, this is a Bitcoin USD chart. This is a Bitcoin Tether chart. Yeah, okay. Both have had breakdowns here, so that is a bad sign for Bitcoin. That is a bearish move. What I'm looking at right now, though, is this Gann level we've been talking about for the past 3-4 days or so. I'm wondering, since we didn't have too sizable of a move today, even though the NASDAQ and everything freaking just tumbled here, I wonder if this is the support level we need to be watching for over the next few days. Maybe we bounced off of it once, twice. Maybe that third time is going to be the time we fall down below this level, and that might be the significant drop-off point. So if I were to use this on a weekly chart right now, going off of the 69,000 highs and the lows from 2018 over here, this isn't one of those charts that has all the extra data, so forgive me for that one. But you can see, I think if we break down below this one, this will be the next big move down here, which is looking more and more likely. But what's kind of disappointing is there was a verge of hope. I think a lot of people had some hope that just maybe, this month might be a green month. We might just stagnate for a little bit of time, then have another drop, in July here. But at this moment in time, guys, it seems like we want to continue going down after a very promising first week. Everything is really fizzled out, kind of going into those patterns that I talked to you guys about in today's video. A simple continuation pattern. Guess what? We're breaking down below it. If you guys took shorts last night with me, depending on what you bought, you made some good money here. I told you guys I was shorting ADA. That one paid off. We talked about that this morning. I shorted Link because it was popping off a little bit more. Link had a good day for me as well. Anything else? I still have my Mana shorts, and I haven't sold those ones off yet, although the price did come down a little bit as well. So I'm pretty happy with what happened earlier today. But going forward, what I think I'm seeing here, even though this is a pretty nasty move, what we saw today, especially with altcoins, what I'm going to be looking at here, since we didn't have the move I was expecting as far as a larger move down, I'm kind of envisioning this as a channel using the Gann level as support. There could be another support level here, guys, as well. But what I see right now is definitely just a support level that we have not been able to close down below. And I'm going to use that for the next few days here. Also, we've already broken down below one of the higher lows. We have 2 higher lows left. 1, 2. I believe if we break down below the Gann level here and also break down below this this low here, the low is at $28,019. I think that'll lead us to the tank here. I still am pretty bearish on Bitcoin overall, guys. I thought we might have a little bit more of an opportunity here to have a little more of an aggressive dump, but didn't happen today. The one thing that I did see happened yesterday after the stream, I believe it was, Whale number 3 sold 500 Bitcoin. So not the normal 1,500. And the day before, a couple days before, he bought 300 Bitcoin. So I'll be keeping an eye on this as well to see what might happen over the next few days. Usually when this guy sells, we usually do have a pretty sizable dump. So I'm going to be watching this pretty darn closely. As far as if you guys are kind of bullish right now, you still have hope. Not a lot of hope, like we said before, but there is a little bit of hope here as we continue to consolidate. But I am still keeping track of the fact that we did have this breakdown right here, and we've only been in this new trading day for about an hour and 6 minutes. Today we could definitely go down even more to try to test out this level of support around $28,000, which would be about another 1,200 point down day either tonight or today or during tomorrow Sunday's candles. Okay. Some of the other big news coming out today as well. We just kind of talked about this a little bit here. Let's just go through these one by one. Here's the NASDAQ on the hourly chart. You can see it was already finishing off a bad day yesterday. However, the CPI came out. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Definitely was not good. You saw the NASDAQ come down pretty hard. You saw the S&P 500 to come down pretty hard. And then you saw the Dow Jones also come down pretty hard here. The one thing I'm going to say about this for now is if I go to the daily chart, even though we've dropped, we still have not broken down below the lows of last week. So we do have a little bit of hope as far as a leveling off period here, okay? I think what's going to be happening next week is the Federal Reserve is going to be having their meeting. They're going to be letting us know if they're going to be raising their interest rates by 50 basis points or 0.75 basis points. I believe they should go with a full-on 100 basis point rise, but I could just be a little too hawkish here. I really just want to rip the Band-Aid off of this inflation. It's getting pretty insane here, right? But I want you guys to understand about the NASDAQ, so that could be in part why Bitcoin isn't crashing yet. Going over here to the S&P, same concept. We still haven't broken down below those lows. Still in a consolidation period here. It's not a pleasant consolidation period, guys, but it is still, we are still consolidating over the past week, a couple weeks actually. This is the Dow. Slow down, we're not doing terrible. I mean, not good, of course, but not terrible. Terrible is when we start breaking down below lows, which could definitely happen sometime next week, especially if the Federal Reserve raises interest rates at a higher rate than we're expecting, which doesn't seem likely. I want to make that clear, but again, inflation is getting really, really bad, and let's talk about that now really fast. Probably best to just go over here first. No, this one right here, yeah. So, I think, who was just asking a question about this a few seconds ago? D's. Inflation rose to 8.6 in May, highest since 1981. This is the highest one yet, really led by energy prices, guys. Gas, everything, home price of rent, all that going up and really just messing with everybody. It's not been a good time here. But highest since 1981. Let me kind of scroll down here. Rick Santelli was surprised about it too this morning, and I was like, oosh. If you guys joined me in the stream this morning, I know I had some technical issues, but if you guys watched me around like 6 o'clock in the morning, I appreciate it. Let's read this out for everybody. Inflation accelerated further in May, with prices rising 8.6% from a year ago for the fastest increase since December 1981. The Consumer Price Index, a wide-ranging measure of goods and services, prices, increased even more than the 8.3% Dow Jones estimate, excluding volatile food and energy prices. The so-called core CPI was up 6%, slightly higher than the 5.9% estimate, okay? That's the one that says, hey, we're not going to worry about food prices and energy prices, and they were hoping even that one might be a little bit lower. It was not. It was still above expectation, so that was really, really bad. We could have had a mixed review type of day if that was lower and regular CPI was higher. Did not happen, so that's why everybody was just selling at the open. On a monthly basis, headline CPI was up 1%, while core rose 0.6% compared with respective estimates of 0.7% and 0.5%. Those are big misses here, okay? Maybe not the core, but the regular CPI, that is a pretty sizable miss there. Energy prices broadly rose 3.9% from a month ago. 3.9%, that's a lot for a month, bringing in the annual gain to 34.6%. Within the category. Fuel prices posted a 16.9% monthly gain, pushing the 12-month surge to 106%. So just kind of shows you how expensive everything's getting. And then that kind of brings me over here. The market is starting to talk a lot more about an inflation. Now, I don't think we're in an inflation right now, but I do think you're seeing signs of an inflation start to peak up here, as well as we've been talking over the past few days. Let me do this very fast. There we go. We've been talking about stocks getting, employees being laid off from companies. That's been a big bad sign here. Numerous companies over the past few weeks have been laying off employees. Not a large amount of people so far. It's mostly been the white collar class, cubicle jobs, things of that nature. That one's been pretty interesting. We haven't seen it hit manufacturing all too much yet. I think the only big one I think we've seen so far is Tesla, and I guess that is a pretty big thing if you think about it, honestly. But yeah, and so the next report that I read out earlier today was strong inflation, anxious consumers add up to more worries that recession has already arrived. It hasn't, but clicks. So the case that a recession is looming over the U.S. got stronger Friday as blistering inflation and historic lows in consumer sentiment painted an increasingly dark economic picture. As if the consumer price index increase of 8.6% wasn't bad enough, the release was followed later in the morning by the University of Michigan Index of Consumer Sentiment. The widely followed gauge of optimism registered a paltry 50.2, the lowest in the survey data going back to 1978. That's the lowest than the depths of COVID, the depths of the COVID outbreak. So, people feel worse about the economy right now than they did in COVID. Let that sink in a second, guys. People feel worse about the economy right now than they did any time during COVID. Does that even make sense? That's how bad. It really is crazy to think how bad people feel about this current economy. I think it's mostly because of energy prices going forward. But taken together, the data adds up to an outlook that is not good for those hoping the U.S. could skirt its first recession since the brief pandemic downturn of 2020. I wouldn't be surprised if it started in the third quarter of this year, said Peter Bachvar, Chief Investment Officer at Blakely Advisory Group. So now people are saying we might have a recession starting in Q3. Remember when everybody was saying that a recession might happen in 2023, at the end of 2023, something like that? Yowza, this could be creeping up a lot faster. And guys, the Federal Reserve is still going to have to do more to slow down the economy, so that even makes it even more likely that a recession is coming. So just not the best of news overall, everybody. Same old here as far as what I've been talking about, but I just want you guys to understand some of the data that came out today. It was very important. Because inflation is so bad, because the job numbers are still strong, the Federal Reserve will feel inclined to keep up the pressure to keep on raising interest rates. The big question here for next week is, are they raising it by 50 basis points, 75 basis points, or are they going to go bazooka, like how I want them to do it, and just do a 100 basis point rise and just get it over with, and then the following month do a 50 basis point hike, and then just kind of see how the market is by then. We really need to curve this stuff down before it gets too bad. We're hoping that even if we do go into a recession, it's not going to be a really bad, devastating recession that like everybody knows somebody that got laid off. It might just be some people got laid off there, some people got laid off there, and that type of effect on the overall economy. We're hoping that's what's going to take, but if the Federal Reserve can't calm this down, which it seems like they're losing control, frankly, it is going to be bad going forward, guys. It is going to be pretty rough here. However, though, as far as Bitcoin's concerned, we're overall bearish. We consolidated for a few weeks, and now we're breaking down here. We'll see how the next few days go. If you want to have any optimism for the next few days, guys, my thing would be to watch to see if we can break back above this trend line here. We're not too far away from it. Right, broke down earlier this morning, came back up a little bit as the NASDAQ, or we can just go as to when the regular market started to peak back up right here, right? And then, of course, we just kind of kept on coming down after that. And that's all she wrote. But so far, guys, we're bearish. We're still breaking down. I wish I had better news as far as what Bitcoin's, doing here. As far as I wish I could tell you we were going up and everything was going to be fine over the next few weeks. It doesn't look like the case at this point in time. I really am watching this 8-to-1 Ganfeng level. If we break down below this level, I really think that's where you could start to see that acceleration. Since we didn't have it, say after the CPI data, I thought we might have a little bit more of a move down. I know some people this morning were calling this, there you go, a bull trap that thought we might, just go from here back and rocketing back up here as a big trap. The trap didn't really work out too well. We got back up here, but unfortunately, we ended up just getting shorted back down, and that goes back to the part that we've been talking about over the past few weeks here. Some of you guys have been asking me if shorts are running out of ammo. They are not. They're just being very selective about where they actually do their open up their short positions here. Whenever they freak out a little bit, or whenever the price goes up too high, they are very willing to just short it back down. And it seems like every time they short it, there's really no major resistance. We just kind of take it and fall, then we grind back up just to have it done to us again and again, right? So I'm hopeful that we can try to get out of this pattern eventually. But right now, guys, shorts really do have all the money. And what concerns me about what happened yesterday is that whale number 3 sold 500 Bitcoin off. Not the standard 1,500 that they will normally sell before a larger move, or 3,000, right? But it is still a sell, and that did happen yesterday. So I'm wondering if we're going to see a more sizable move coming over the next few days. For instance, here, if I were to pull up another chart, 517, let's see. Just to do this for you guys very quick so you can see why I use this guy's data, guy or gal. Oh, geez. Train of thought just got lost there. So let's go back over here. 517. Where are we at? Strike that. Sorry. This is the one that was confusing. He sold 1,500 just to buy 1,200 the next day. Doesn't count. There you go. 429. He doesn't sell all too often either. So there you go. Sold right here. Then after that, 419. Right there. And then we'll just go back to one more. 4, 4, and 4, 1. We'll just do 2 actually. 4, 4, and 4, 1. So he has a pretty good timing over the last few months. When he sells, things start to get pretty bad. And we just had a smaller sale here yesterday. Yesterday right there. So a smaller sell. Instead of selling 1,500 Bitcoin, he only sold 500, which I thought was pretty darn interesting. Maybe that's because he or she doesn't want to be selling too much Bitcoin while we're at pretty sizable lows from where we once were just a few months ago. But okay, I don't know exactly what's going on through his head, but usually when that person sells, it's usually a good little foreshadowing. Hey, be careful. And so far today, normally like with this last one here, that was kind of a trick where he sold 1,500 Bitcoin, then bought 1,200 back the next day. We didn't see this person buy any more Bitcoin on the same day yesterday or even today. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on this person for you guys, and I'm going to try to make some videos about it over the next few weeks. It's like, anytime I see an update, I might make a quick short video for you guys, either on this channel or the other channel, just to let you guys know. But guys, I made a video about this today. Go watch it more in depth if you guys want to. But I really like to trade these larger breakouts here, and so far they have been working out. I do have some short positions after this breakout. I'm going to be holding them for a while here, probably over the next week or two to see what happens. I'm hopeful that we can break down below this Ganfin level so I can make some money shorting it. But for now, this Ganfin level, even though we've tested it out a few times and we've gone down below it once, twice, 3 times, even 4 times here, it seems like no matter what happens, we have yet to actually close down below it on the daily, leading to a confirmed breakdown. So I'll be waiting for that sometime either this weekend or even going up until next weekend if for whatever reason the market has a little bit of a rally next week, which I don't foresee happening because of the Federal Reserve meeting and all the news that Jerome Powell is going to make, unfortunately, okay? But yeah, maybe that'll be Monday's poll question. I'll have to think about it, but yeah, Monday's poll question. Do you think how many basis points do you think Jerome Powell is going to raise the interest rates by? That'll be interesting. All right, but let's go back to the 5. There we go. On the hour chart, still broken down. We can just kind of wait this out. And there we go. All right, perfect. Hope you guys are all doing okay. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot here. What's right here? We're talking about the CPI data here. Oh, sorry, a whole bunch of messages just popped up on my thing. What's right here? And hey, Ruben, come to New York City and NYU. I'll show you around. I have a great doc. Hey, I'd be willing to do that. I haven't been over to New York in a while. I know I'm going to go try to visit my friend over in Philly and, what is it? Over in September, maybe, I think it is. I got that flight to Nicaragua, too, but that's next year. What's right here? And hey, Ruben, drop like a brick, yes. And hey, Deez, can I give you the intro song? Or can I give you the intro song? The intro song for my channel right now, it's the instrumental version of a specific song I found on Epidemic. if you go over here, I think it's just Soul, no, Motown. I like the classics musics. Motown mix. And you go maybe by newest. No, I don't know. Me downloads. There you go. I Can't Let You Go by John Runefelt and Nugent. Lakeisha Nugent, probably. And then, yeah, I Can't Let You Go. That's if you want the vocals. They have another one over here that's just the instrumental that I have as well. But yeah, it's a chill song. I like it. It's relaxing. It's peaceful. Let's see. And hey, Ruben, CPI is so bad that when I went to college, this was the worst case scenario of the midterm. Oh, geez, yeah, that is really bad, guys. I mean, I think I've been pretty frank with you over the past few months, even going back from last year, where I talked about how bad the economy was really looking from the standpoint of inflation, and how that really is going to creep up and hurt us more than we think. What I didn't foresee is when the Federal Reserve was saying that everything was transitory, I still thought they were trying to make sure it didn't get worse. That was the assumption I made, and it was totally wrong. I thought even though the Federal Reserve was saying, hey, this will get better, I thought they were actively trying to make it better at that point in time, when in reality, they were still injecting trillions of dollars into the economy, tons of money into the economy. And, in hindsight now, it's hindsight 2020, we can look back at Jerome Powell and say, wow, you really messed this up. And like, you royally messed this up. But now we have to put all of our faith in him to fix this problem before it gets to a really bad inflationary point where, we might not recover back to the prices that we had liked in the past, and that could just be very, very bad because that means there's going to be an adjustment period where pay is going to go up for jobs, food is going to have to go down or up. It's going to be a huge thing, and then of course we're hearing more and more the drum beats of famine coming from Ukraine and the Russia conflict right now. So it'll be fun, guys. You think Walt number 3 is Jordan? That'd be crazy if it was Michael Jordan. And Federal Reserve is about as federal as FedEx. What's right here? And hey, Ken, I did get your email. I think I responded to you. If you didn't get it, let me know. I don't actually remember what you asked me to look at. It's Blizzard, yeah. As far as Blizzard is concerned, I think it'll be fine for a long term, but it does seem like they may have some legal issues coming up. It's something I don't really like to trade to. I buy too much. I don't like companies that kind of go off of video games and releases and stuff like that. It's not something I usually like. But I thought Blizzard had some exposure to Microsoft or one of the larger corporations, and that's what's going to guide them going forward. But the fact that there was some type of scam going on, perhaps with one of those their system, that could be interesting and that could damage their price quite a bit. But I haven't heard anything about a lawsuit so far. And if there is a lawsuit, maybe that'd be a good opportunity to open up some puts on the stock. Let's see. And there you go. Oh, and Deez makes a good point, everybody. No bad talking about the Fed here. Please do respect the rule. Just criticize them. Yeah, feel free to criticize them. No cursing about them, though. YouTube frowns upon that, and I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube again. And hey, Tony, the interest rate should be 10%, 0.75. Isn't going to help anything. Crash the market already and get it over with. There's politics at play here, my man. There's tons of politics. There's tons of backhand deals going on right now. There's tons of corruption going on right now. I wish we had faith for the Federal Reserve to do the right thing here, but there's just a lot of bad stuff going on. Okay, I'm hoping they can fix it up here, but there's just a lot of stuff going on. I don't know if you guys have ever watched any of those old 2008 financial crisis movies. There's one called Too Big to Fail. It's a little bit more boring, but it really does talk about all the politics and how these people talk to these people and how they're influenced by these people. So it's not like bribing going on, but it's more like, hey, there's a political situation over here. Don't piss off this branch of the government. Don't piss these people off. Don't do this, right? And I think that's part of the thing that's going on right now. And for the foreseeable future, it seems like inflation is going to be here to stay, and the fact that gas prices continue to go up here is not helping anybody out, not anybody out in the least. We do know that President Biden is going to be trying to go over to Saudi Arabia to do some type of reset with relations, and maybe that'll work. But it seems like even Mexico's mad at us right now, and they have oil. So it seems like we're getting countries are getting more and more mad at the United States right now. It just could be a problem if we're trying to strong arm other countries to do our bidding, so to speak, which, we'll get at it, of course, but it'll be interesting to see how that kind of works out going forward, especially when Biden meets with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. And hey, Bobby, thanks everybody for liking the video. I really do appreciate that. What's going on here? Ibuprofen for the market. I don't think you need ibuprofen for this market here. If you guys are opening put positions and you're shorting Bitcoin and stuff like that, you should be happy with the profits you're receiving so far. Now this one hasn't been the best drop off, I have to admit that, but I still made some money shorting it yesterday. But I had a 20x leverage position on some of these, so of course they worked out. They did pretty well. But if we're able to break down below that 8-to-1 Ganfin level, that's where I could really see a nice little bit of a move there. Because I'll have to open up some other ones. If you're on this chart right here, the Bitcoin Tether chart, and you use the Ganfin levels from the lows of 2018 instead of the lows from 2018 over here. Excuse me. If you use the lows from 2021 instead of the lows over here from 2018, you'll see that. There you go. We also have a level of support coming up pretty soon as well. Over the next few, probably around $25,000 or so, if we really do take on a full-on tank here. And let me just get rid of this one. Actually, we should probably keep that line up there because this is part of the 24-hour stream. We don't need this flag anymore. I don't need that breakdown anymore. Should be fine. Probably best to have this as our low, though, for now. There we go. We might just be consolidating in a different pattern that we can't see just yet. We could use this as a support level, or we could use the Ganfin level over here, the 8-to-1. I'm using the 8-to-1 Ganfin level right now because right now, guys, as far as Bitcoin is concerned, it seems like we're just doing a little whoosh, psh, like that. That's exactly the pattern I see happening right now. It's not even a pattern. It's just, well, there was a pattern here, triangle, pennant, whatever you want to call it, then a clear breakdown. It looks like that's what's about to happen here, and it looks like it's either going to happen this weekend, a really nasty downward move, or it's going to happen the following week starting on Monday, and that could be a bad week as well, kind of timing in with the Federal Reserve and what they say about raising interest rates, either 0.5 basis points or 50 basis points, 75 basis points, or what I personally want, 100 basis points. But I usually don't get things right about what the Federal Reserve wants to do here. But I'm hopeful they can figure something out. Hopeful. And there we go. Probably best to do the 1 hour again. Yeah, that should be fine. All right. And then one other thing here, guys. Last thing, I promise. Then I'll go back to some of your guys' questions. Forgot about this. Ethereum did break down below support as well, just like Bitcoin did. Ethereum did. Probably best to just do the weekly chart so you guys can see everything going on here. We've had the support for like 350 days. And we're just breaking down below it. So it makes me believe that once we confirm the breakdown on the weekly chart, that's where things get really, really bad. So we'll wait and see how it happens. Still not looking too good. Ethereum has just had a much different week than Bitcoin. At least Bitcoin had a 1 green week here. Ethereum didn't even have a green week. So, but yeah, we've officially broken down. I'll be watching pretty closely here to see if we can find another level of support. But if we're going off of the COVID lows, the next level of support from a Fibonacci standpoint is going to be all the way down here at $1,000, which is definitely more than like 30% of Ethereum's current value. I thought about moving it up a little bit, maybe to this little part where we started to move up a little bit higher. It worked a little bit around here, so it actually might be this support level, just a little bit lower than that. Yeah, support kind of, not really. We might find a little bit of support around the 200 weekly moving average of around $1,200 or so. That may be kind of interesting as well. But that won't happen within 1 week. That'll happen over about a month or two of us kind of grinding down here because so far, guys, Bitcoin is still itself. Let's go to the weekly. There we go. Bitcoin, yeah. We're still slowly grinding down here back down to that 200 weekly moving average. We thought we might have a little bit more of a reversal like you saw back over here in 2018. We had these little bit of a pump, so it was kind of nice. Right now, any pumps that we tend to have on the weekly, they just kind of get shot down really, really fast here. So you know, I'm optimistic that we're going to go down. That's a better way of saying it right now. And actually, we can do this as well. Dollar index skyrocketing today. So just be prepared for that. Usually, when we've been having these bad crashes over the past few weeks, it's been because the dollar index in part is going up quite a bit, and it seems like the dollar index is getting a huge boost. And with Federal Reserve doing the rate hikes next week, that should make this go up even higher, especially if whatever they do is not priced in. So if they go over 50 basis points, that could really have a negative effect on Bitcoin, the market in general, but a good positive effect on the U.S. dollar. Outside the country, not inside the country, obviously. There you go. But at least we're not freaking crashing left and right. I mean, I enjoy those moments personally, but at least we're not doing it for everybody that has like they don't want to get their stomach all churning from watching the price just go down and down and down. I think a lot of people so far that have bought in over the past few months have gotten shaken out, guys. I was looking over Twitter today, and there were a lot of people that say I give up and I'm just selling my Bitcoin. And I'm just like shaking my head in disappointment because I've been buying Bitcoin, I've been buying other altcoins for the past few months here, knowing that Bitcoin's going to be going down, knowing that I won't be able to predict the bottom perfectly. However, I have been buying up small amounts of crypto because I believe that I want to have exposure so that eventually, when crypto reaches all-time highs, all of the positions I buy right now are going to be great for the long term. But just remember, guys, if you guys are buying for the long term, it's okay to just watch your coins go down and down and down. And if you want to adjust your risk and things of that nature while you're watching it go down, you can definitely do that as well. If you guys are new to the channel, one little thing I'll tell you guys right now is a simple thing to add onto most of your Bitcoin charts, or a Bitcoin chart if you have multiple ones like I do, is add the 100 weekly moving average, add the 200 exponential moving average for the weekly chart, and then you're going to have your normal 20, 50, 200, okay? What I'm looking at right now is if the day we drop down below the 100 weekly moving average, I start buying crypto every single day. Now, the day we break down below the 200 exponential moving average, that's when I start to buy a lot more and get a lot more aggressive here, a lot more aggressive. And I hope I will have the same opportunity to do that again, just like I had in COVID and just like I had in 2018. Although I didn't know I was buying at this level here, I was frankly just buying because it was my first opportunity to buy Bitcoin in my life, and I was like, let's take the opportunity to buy 3 Bitcoin. So you don't know how many hours I worked for those 3 Bitcoin. I was making $8 an hour. $8 an hour. No. Yes, because I was working during this period of time. Yeah, okay, sorry. I wasn't work the money I wasn't made in this period of time. That would have been kind of weird. But yeah. So right now, guys, it's just we're still very bearish. If you guys really want to go heavy in Bitcoin and start buying up as much as you can, I would really wait for this zone right here. Oh, magnets in here. Where you're buying between the 200 exponential and between the 200 weekly moving average, simple moving average. That's what I'm looking at. And one last thing here, guys, is normally we don't talk about the other moving averages too much as far as the TMAs and the DMAs and the EMAs and stuff like that. But if I go back over here to load chart layout, YouTube investing lessons, no. Tutorials per channel. I need to have that set DMA and it'll be fine. Here's the TMA. We're pretty close to a freaking cluster right here. And usually when we have a cluster, we fall down pretty hard, okay? This is on the daily chart. Cluster, I move up. Cluster, I move down. Cluster, I move up. Cluster, I move up. Cluster, I move down, right? Any other clusters? Not really a cluster right there, too far apart. No. Cluster right there, move up. Cluster right here. Kind of settled. It's not doing too much, actually. Cluster right here, move up. Cluster right here, move up. Continue that trend. Cluster right here, moving down. Cluster right here, moving up. And so forth here, right? So we are at a pretty close cluster right here. I think, if you guys used Bollinger Bands, you might even start to see some form of squeeze here, depending on what settings you used. And you can see right here, we're getting a little bit more squeezed. So we should be having a little bit more of a move here pretty soon. And when that move happens, It will be very, very, very exciting. Probably just take the background out. There's no reason to have that in there. Length 20. And if you want to put on the weekly chart right here, kind of in this weird spot. Maybe it's better to do this. On the weekly Bollinger Bands, we're at the low point too, which is pretty interesting to watch as well here. With a little bit more room to come back down to at least 27,200 if we want to stay within the Bollinger Bands. I don't think we normally worry about it too much, as you can see right here from the weekly. Okay, let me take the Bollinger Bands off though. But yeah, guys, it's not looking good. Bollinger Bands say a move is coming. Maybe if we're lucky, whales can push us up. But at this point in time, just looking at the chart, it looks like we just took like a 3-week break to just continue falling next week. All right. Especially since I'm kind of disappointed we didn't have a larger move down after that really bad CPI data. That CPI data was brutal for everybody in the market today because I know people that were thinking the CPI data was going to be better than expected, and I was like, I don't know what world you're living in, but I was watching some YouTube videos like, oh, it's going to be okay, it's going to be a surprise, and I was like, dude, gas prices are freaking $5 a gallon. But yeah, so a lot of people lost money today. If you guys had puts, you guys made some good money today, or if you guys bought puts on breakdowns today, you guys made some good money here. I'm hopeful that maybe since we had a really bad day today, maybe Monday we may have a little bit of a pop in the market. Then Tuesday we get slammed hard. Usually after these kind of big negative days in the stock market, we have a rebound day. Usually that allows corporations to really sell off their assets. And then the next day, boom, we start to see those bigger moves in the market where people start to freak out again. I was watching CNBC for like 4 hours today. It was chaos, and it was so much fun to watch them. Like, oh my God, what is happening? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And, DocuSign was down a bunch as well. So not really much good news coming out of this market, unfortunately. Okay. But some companies are thriving. A few, a little bit. What's right here? In Hades, it's back again like the flu pandemic, Mike. Pandemic, small boom, recession, a Great Depression, then great boom. Oh gosh, I hope not. This cycle's been pretty darn annoying for me to trade here. Bear markets are just the worst thing to deal with. Like, you make money with them. You can see I've been giving you guys some good plays as far as Netflix. I gave you guys a good bullish play last week as far as Nvidia having a 130% pop off on those options. But as a YouTuber, not really as an investor, because I can day trade to my heart's content. As a YouTuber, I find it really hard to try to figure out what I should be trying to let you guys know to trade here, which is why I kind of moved it over to the members section, because I'm always afraid that, like, if I explain something, a lot of times the technicals haven't been working. No, not a lot of times, but there's a few times where we have a clear breakdown, and then because the market has been doing something completely crazy, it doesn't honor the breakdown because all the indexes pump at once. All the stocks, regardless of what their technicals are doing, pump as well, and that really annoys me. It'll still be bearish. It usually continues to move down. However, the timing of when you buy options, it does have an effect because for a while you're down like 20 to 30% in the options before it eventually goes up like 100 to 200%. And I don't like that if I don't have to deal with it. And the stocks that I usually tell you guys about are stocks that I like to trade continually. So they're always on my list. I have an idea of how they trade, so that makes me have a better viewpoint of how I should be teaching you guys how to trade those particular stocks, right? So that's why I really hate this bear market. Bitcoin's been very easy. We've talked about this as far as the clear trendline breakdowns. They're usually great opportunities to short, and we haven't had too many fake outs as far as that. Yeah, all the fake outs that we've had have all been breakouts that get slammed back down, but that's usually what happens in a bear market. Just like when we're in a bull market, you see crazy big drops. All of a sudden, you think it should be going down more. Buyers come in, and we just start flying upwards, and all the shorts get squeezed, and then everybody's happy because everybody's making money as we go up, except for the shorts. Now it's the reverse. Bulls keep on crying, but shorts are laughing their way to the banks. It's just the part of the cycle here, guys, unfortunately. All right. And hey, Bideford, happy to see you back as well. What's right here? The whale sale, I think, reflects feeling of long-term uncertainty, but short-term, he feels like it's going a little bit lower. That's normally how the guy trades it, guy or girl, I don't know. But the fact that we do have that sale right there, it really does make me think, okay, this guy might be trying to sell some stuff off here. Because like literally 2 days before this sale, he sold off 300. He bought 300 Bitcoin here. So he's been buying, sold 1,500. But within the same day, he sold 1,500 Bitcoin. Then just like 4 hours later, bought 1,200 Bitcoin. So whatever he's doing, he's doing quite a bit of it. Not sure why, but he is. So we'll figure out if he knows anything over the next few days here. And so far, besides the one day where he bought and sold on the same day, every single time he sells, we do see a pretty good drop over the next few days. And we've already started that drop here today, right? Because he sold yesterday. He or she, sorry. I'm used to just talking about male traders. And hey, Starscream, happy Friday. Yeah, guys, it is Friday. It is so nice. I'm going to be working like crazy this weekend. I also got to take my sister to one of her friends' graduations parties, so that'd be kind of fun. But for the members out there, I've done most of the technical analysis for all of these stocks over here. You guys can see at the right-hand side of your screen, like PM, Microsoft, Netflix, Tesla, Nvidia. And so I'm going to be giving you guys all of the technical analysis on Saturday and Sunday. And then every single day, if there's a breakout or we're getting close to a breakout or a breakdown, that's where I'm going to start doing the videos for all the members and saying, hey, here's a price target. If you want to do that, here we go. Take an opportunity. And what I'm going to do is assign a risk level. So like the likelihood of success, it'll probably be anywhere from an A to a C. C being more of a maybe a 60% chance of confidence. Maybe it's a D. I don't know. Maybe I'll go A, B, C, D. I don't know. But somewhere in there, I'll have a good opportunity just in case you guys want to take some of those more aggressive plays. Because when I have low confidence, it's not because the technicals, it's not because I think there's bad news or anything coming out. It's more that the market is so shaky that we could have one of those really bad days followed by a day that doesn't make much sense because everybody's just buying the dip, so to speak. And that's what I'm afraid of because it can mess up a clear breakdown. The stock that I told you guys about today, I talked about it in the Discord, is MU, and then we'll go back to Bitcoin here. MU broke down today. Clear breakdown, and then I'm going to be watching over the next few days to see how much further this bad boy wants to come down. We're kind of testing out the supports over here, but I bought some puts on this morning. Wasn't sure if I was going to do that because I was having computer issues, but took a trade to open, watched it come up a little bit, actually bought right here, so not at the top, but close enough for me, and it's been coming down pretty consistently. I'm holding it probably until next Thursday or something like that for the Federal Reserve remarks. But this weekend, guys, if you remember, if Sapphire or Diamond member, you guys will get the alerts. You will stop getting alerts after the third video, though, just so you guys know. And you guys are going to be getting about 15 to 20 videos. So just get ready for it. You don't have to watch every single one, just the ones you're interested in. The goal is that you guys can pay for the membership using the profits you guys make off of my calls. That's why the first call I gave you guys to kind of start all this off was NVIDIA. And depending, like I made 50% profits on it after it was up like 130%. I held too long. I scaled out, that's why. But some of you guys made way more than that, so I was really, really happy with that call there. Okay, I'm back over here to 5. But get ready for all those guys. It's took me a while to do all the technical analysis. You have Gann fans, Fibonacci levels, trend lines, and the patterns and stuff like that, and then just kind of some basic news around the specific stock. If there's news around it, not all stocks have news. That's kind of important to be looking at. All right, let's see. And hey, Paint, good evening, my man. Let's see the dude all-time highs. Oh, I wish all-time highs here. And Hades, my opinion of those people who get scared is simply my disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. Guys, remember, there are always going to be people in these types of environments that want to sell. If you want to sell at all-time highs. Sell right before a death cross is incoming on the daily chart for Bitcoin. Those are usually pretty clear signs to sell. Whenever you don't follow those types of rules, you end up holding too long and you keep on holding and holding and holding, which is fine, right? I've been holding stuff for a long time too, but I don't need the money, so it just turns into longer term investments. Because especially this time around, guys, we had the death cross back in 2021. We came down, we consolidated, and then we bounced back up all of a sudden. That's what made it so crazy. Normally, we don't have that secondary bounce where we reach all-time highs. That's what made Bitcoin so crazy this time. And I think that's what's giving so many investors false hope for an opportunity for us to just not have a real bear market in crypto, have a crypto winter where we're just going to go up really, really nilly and have a really, really good time. So that's why you see, actually just go here very fast. Twitter, no, skip. Oh yeah, it's either making like a Web 5. I don't know what the heck is going on with Web 5, but aren't we just working on Web 3 right here? Um, Crypto Rover, he finally announced there's a breakdown. I think this guy stopped finally buying the lows. He kept on saying, "I'm longing here, let's go. I'm longing here, let's go." And every single time he longs, we crash. So he didn't long this time. I think that's why we didn't crash here. Um, Bitcoin is the best stablecoin of 2022. That's not right, but okay. Um, let's see. Anything else here? Normally, I look for charts. Bitcoin bullish cycle. He's using a specific GAN line. Um, no, this isn't right either. Yeah, I don't understand the need for people to just make lines on a chart and that don't have any technical analysis here. Um, because in reality, what this guy did wrong is you see where this bottom line is at, right here, right? This bottom line should be moved downward so it looks more like I can't drag anything on here, but it looks like the line should be way down here. And at that point, the price of Bitcoin would be matching around the 200 weekly moving average, which is kind of around $20,000. But they kind of raised it up a little bit artificially, which makes no sense. And right here, you see the support. You see the support. We're breaking down below the support pretty darn hard right now. And you know, it just kind of shows you how crazy things can really get here. But I like the effort at least. And yeah, just want to. I don't know how long we've been in extreme fear, but you know, we're still there, guys. We're still there. All right, back over here now. And hey, Discount Killer, what do you think is a good buy-in zone for AMC? Remember, AMC for me is always a YOLO play. Let me see. We reached the price target we talked about a few days ago. Or, I mean, we talked about it a while ago over here, but we reached the price target. If you guys didn't sell there, shame. But I think most of you guys probably did. Even if it did go up a little bit higher, hit the buy zone or hit the sell zone. Excuse me. And it did break out here. That breakout was a trap. Oh, ouch. I guess we only had one point of contact. We had a double bottom, and it still got knocked back down. That's why I got to be very careful about this. Right now, as far as AMC is concerned, ooh, I don't know. So this is a daily chart. Normally, I would say you want to just buy on support here, and I would still say that. So the day that we come into contact with the trend line here, which would have to be, that means it would have to come down another like 6% or so for AMC. That's nothing, right? That's when I'd be buying it somewhere around here. But my concern is there's a good chance that we break down below it next week if for whatever reason the Federal Reserve says, hey, we're raising the interest rates by more than 50 basis points. That could really just cause us to break down. And then you would have to be worried about, well, actually, we have some levels of support here that probably work a little bit better. Oh, that's about it. Okay. If we break down below those two lows here, I'm just going to eyeball this for now. Weekly. Did we hold? Yeah, we held this week. That means we'd be breaking down below this Fibonacci level, and you might find a good level of support around, like for a pivot point, basically, around $7.67. I don't think anything else would help me there as far as Fib circles or GAN fans or anything on this chart because it's just so freaking wild. But I would test out the trend line here, use that as support, use that maybe at minus 1%, 2% for a stop loss. And then after that, I'd really be looking for a pivot point around $7.68, hoping that we can kind of use that as support. So far here, guys, I mean, it bounced off one, broke down here, used it as resistance, came back down here, held for a few days, ended up falling down, got choppy, resistance, came back down, support, and if we break down below it again, we could definitely be going all the way back down as far as AMC is concerned, about $8 or so, or excuse me, $7.74. Could be a really bad one. But it'll be interesting to see. Could have had a breakout opportunity right here, but this wick really messed that up. Only real big breakouts I can see going forward for this one is that. And that might not happen until August. But kind of around September, August is where people think we might start to see the market turn around a little bit. So that may be a good sign for AMC and maybe GameStop at the same time. Will be interesting to watch. Be careful with it though. Use that trend line there as your level of support if you're going to be buying into it. I'd prefer to buy closer to that. I wouldn't be chasing it even if it's like 4 or 5% above that level. It's not worth it for me unless you're just buying shares and you just want to let them sit and hold. But why pay a premium when you don't have to? When there's a good chance later on next week the market should have a pretty big downturn. And hey, Kafidi, everything broke down today. It was fun to watch. I mean, everything broke down, and that's good. There's a few traders I follow on TikTok. One of them is a guy with really crazy hair. I forget the guy's name. Let me see if I can find him on TikTok. Um, I don't know how to use TikTok here. View profile? No. If I just go to videos here and I just kind of scroll down. Oh, I was doing research on Outlet. Yeah, wasn't I? Oh, okay. Let's see. Search. Oh, does it not just let me go? Oh, following. Okay, let me see right here. Swiss cheese. Oh, TLC. Okay, never mind. Not even going to get to the TikTok world here. But there's a trader I follow. I forget his name. He has really crazy hair. He's on CNBC all the time. But he was talking about how on yesterday, how bad the day is and how depressed all of the traders were leaving Wall Street. And I thought it was pretty interesting because I was like, geez, you don't usually hear them say like they're depressed and really just freaking sad. Maybe a crazy wild day for sure. But he was just like, dude, he felt like he looked like beat up. So that really made me think that today was going to be a really bad day for the stock market. And of course it was, but that was more of the CPI data, I think. But he was talking about how a lot of stuff had broken down and how he was worried about the next few weeks. And I was really interested to hear what he had to say about that. And hey, Kevin, welcome to the Sapphire Level, my man. I really do appreciate it. And if you have any questions whatsoever, being a Sapphire member allows, if you have any questions during the stream, feel free and I'd answer any one of them for you, okay? What's right here? There you go. And hey, brothers, yeah, Dogecoin has been a painful thing for a lot of people that are holding it. Lots of pain going on for Dogecoin right now, as well as what's the other one? Sheeb. They've both come down pretty hard. Dogecoin hasn't come down as much as Sheeb, but I think it's been coming down quite a bit anyway. There's been a lot of pain in those ones for sure. Let's see. And hey, Moonshine Fuel, this cycle is clearly different than 2017. Of course, of course, of course. I think you're referring to that Twitter post I did before. Remember, guys, it's why I warn you about just reading random charts you guys see on social media, because a lot of times there's a nugget of truth in them that they look kind of correct, right? There's a symbol of it. There's an order in them. But when you actually dive into it, you start to see where is this line coming from. It's just a line plopped on the screen, and it's not actually precise. There's no real quantitative data that you can use to trade off of it. And that's what makes it so difficult. And then when people see that, then they try, oh my God, this is the perfect time to buy. And then when the price keeps on going down over and over and over again, that's when you start to see it. People have a lot of problems. Remember, we talked about Crypto Rover a while ago. What's that guy's name? Crypto Rover. Yeah, there you go. Oh, he is pushing Bytebit like freaking crazy. Like, I have my affiliate codes if you want to use them, but I promise I'm not going to shove them down your throat on Twitter like this. Oh my God. Dude, what the heck is going on? He is just pumping out Bybit links like crazy. Must be needing some cash. So this is June 8th. Let's see. No. Geez, this guy tweets so much I'm not even going to be able to find it. Where was this at? No. No. Okay. Well, anyway, back over here during this flag pattern, he longed Bitcoin like $700,000. I think I don't know 400K or something like that. I don't know if it's a real number, but I know he longed. I don't know if he's actually honest about how much money he's really investing in the market. But he longed money right here just in time for it to freaking crash, right? So you got to be very, very careful about what you who you guys listen to on social media. Heck, don't take everything I say as truth. I get stuff wrong at times. I won't say all the time, but I do get stuff wrong, of course. But the easiest thing I think you guys can do to kind of verify some of these crazy things you might see on social media, just kind of look back at history, see if the lines match up, see if there's a point A to point B. You usually want to see some type of connection there, or you want to see some type of historical pattern as well. RSIs, MACDs, stuff of that nature. That's what you're usually hoping for. And you guys can experiment with, different GAN levels, use different charts. Remember, right now we're using Bitcoin Tether. Some people use Bitcoin USD. Some people use Bitcoin USDC. It's weird how they use them, but most of the time I just use Tether or USD for you guys here. But people do a lot of weird stuff. Nothing wrong with it. It's just weird. And that's okay, because all of my exes have called me weird. So, there you guys go. In a funny way, apparently. But I don't know how that's funny. Actually, I know exactly how it's funny. I'm a funny guy, apparently. All right, not now, of course. I'm always too serious about investing. And thanks, Kevin. Welcome again. And hey, Bideford, I watched 2 hours of CNBC and they were acting like the sky was falling. Exactly. Well, the thing that always surprises me about CNBC is, again, we talked about this the other day. I'm just a YouTuber that kind of trades full-time for a living, but I don't really pay for anything really. I don't pay for any like Bloomberg data or any high frequency trading data. I don't pay for any of that stuff because I don't feel like it's worth it for me. And nor do I want to trade like those people that trade with such large amounts of capital. It freaks me the freak out. But weren't we just talking about how CPI numbers were most likely going to be very, very hot, hotter than expected, and hotter than what Wall Street expects? For some reason, they always think that Wall Street experts know what's right, and when they're wrong, then oh my God, it's like, oh my God, all right? Or when we started talking about inflation and how inflation is going to start creeping up and is going to cause a lot more pain than you guys might like to think in the economy, as far as stores and stuff like that. Remember what happened during the last earnings season just a couple weeks ago? Everything got the margins were decreased. Like Target dropped like 25%, down. Even with the Netflix, I gave you guys Netflix puts a few weeks ago as well. Before earnings, telling you guys that, hey, there's a good chance that we're going to break down like we did last time. And what happened? If you guys can bring a sense of practicality into how the economy works and how people actually spend their capital or their money, it'll help you guys out a lot. It takes time to do that from a practical standpoint because a lot of times we like to believe that we know exactly what's going to happen, so we put too much faith in ourselves, which is not usually a good thing. Put all of your faith in the chart, so to speak. But it's oosh. It was funny, Bideford, to watch them really freak out about all this and have all their experts on giving all their different opinions. When some of the experts have been right the whole time, and some of the experts keep on saying, no, this is the bottom. No, this is the bottom. No, this is the bottom. I'm buying the dip. And every single time the dip keeps on dipping. And it's just like, uh-oh, whose money are they losing? That's the big thing. And hey, Bideford, went to Fox Business and watched Charles Payne and Larry Kudlow. No longer crazy, just common sense and economic sense. Yeah, I haven't watched Larry Kudlow many times, but I do like Charles Payne. Something about that guy and his glasses. It is mesmerizing for sure. And what's it here? Hey, Bill, need to get out of TRX. Why do you need to get out of that one? Economists recommend 100 or 75 instead of 50 basis points. I've been saying that for a while, but again, Federal Reserve they're trying to do it very slow and methodically and incrementally, and I think right now they need to take out the metaphorical bazooka and attack inflation head on and let the market suffer in the short term, but understanding that as inflation goes down, the average American is going to be much more prosperous because of it, and they're still going to have money to be re-inject into all these stores that are causing layoffs if we do go into a recession. I think that's the way I see it. However, I don't know if the system is ready for that big of a shock. I could see tons of millionaires and billionaires losing a bunch of money in a few weeks' time because of a really high basis rate hike. And I don't know if the Federal Reserve wants to do that and tick off the wrong people. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see here in a very calm way. Next week will be crazy. Just like how I went live this morning early, I'll go live for the reserve meeting so we can talk about that as well. Probably for like a half an hour to an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours if it gets pretty interesting as far as what we're looking for on Bitcoin's prices. Let's see. And hey, Caleb, should I have cashed out my Cardano? At this point in hindsight, yeah. But that's because we knew that CPI data was coming out. That's why I told you guys I was actually going to short ADA over yesterday because I anticipated a really bad CPI report and kind of expecting the market to come down here a little bit more. So we might still be able to come up a little bit more over the next few days. You never know here before we take an initial dump or retest the 8-to-1 Ganfin level there. But next time you make a trade, if well, it depends. So if you're holding for the long term, you don't have to worry about any of these small dips in the market. You don't have to worry about anything like that. If you're swing trading, you need, and I absolutely mean this, you need to have a stop loss. A stop loss is life and death in the crypto markets. Life and death when you guys are trading. If you guys don't have a stop loss, it really does open yourself up for losses of more than about 5%. All of my stop losses are about, the largest stop loss I usually will do is about 5%. Now, that's with leverage, so if I have a 10x leverage, that means I'm risking 50% of my position. However, I adjust the amount of capital I'm injecting into that position to reflect that, of course. But if you guys don't have a stop loss, what's going to stop you from just continuing to lose money as each day goes on and as we go down more and more and more? So for the next trade, make sure you have a stop loss. But if you were just holding for the long term, Caleb, you should be fine. I'm still holding all my ADA half for the long term. I'm still holding my XRP, my Elon, my Doge on Mars, my STMX, all the stuff on CoinMarketCap that we've talked about in the past. I'm still holding all of that, even though a lot of it is down right now. And what's it here? And hey, D's, CNBC, when economists and investors get scared, this is the end of the world. Experts and banks, I'm just going to keep buying. Exactly, yeah. And what's right here? Hey, Mesky Doge. What's up, friends? Hope all is well. Charles Payne is the man. Love that guy. I like that he got behind the big meme stock craze. He was behind it through and through. He was like, yeah, get the guys. They did a bad trade. They should be able to pay for it. Let the market do its job. And I was like, that's exactly what you need to happen right there. But CNBC didn't like that. CNBC was so anti meme stock. It was absolutely insane. I was really disappointed in CNBC. Like, extremely disappointed. I wasn't really expecting much, but I was still very disappointed in them. Let's see. And Hades, I said it once, Mike, better to let the economy suffer short term and save the economy than recession, but they don't have the you know what to do it. I mean, yeah, I know, but it's we got to figure out a way to get through it nonetheless. Right? Since we don't really have high expectations, and we don't really particularly agree with the Fed's direction right now, it does mean that they're going to continue doing whatever they think is right? And then we have to be able to price that into our predictions of how we want to trade this market. And at this point in time, we're just waiting for Bitcoin to break down below the 8-to-1 Ganfeng level. Or potentially the 4-to-1 if things get really, really bad on the other chart. Excuse me. Man, I haven't even had food yet today. I had breakfast. I skipped lunch. I need to have some dinner. And hey, Ken, what exchange do you primarily use to short crypto? It's a mix of BitGet and KuCoin. I prefer trading on BitGet personally most of the time. KuCoin has some nice little stock features that are kind of nice if you guys want to get introduced into leverage. And by that I mean instead of using BitGet, where you guys might not be used to. Oh, why is this so zoomed in? Where you guys might be used to trading this type of stuff right here, or you might not be used to this type of setup. KuCoin typically is a little bit more simple in some respects, but KuCoin also has the ability to, if I go to markets, or let's just go to fast trade, spot trade, margin trading, yeah. I have the ability to do this, like Luna USD, I can go to like a 5x position. So that means if ADA goes up 1%, I'm getting 5x back without opening yourself up to leverage, which is kind of nice to see as far as KuCoin's concerned. And their organization is a little bit different. The one thing I stress about KuCoin, though, this can get very confusing with all the different things they have. Like they have so many products that sometimes their website looks a bit cluttered. If you can get past that, you should be fine. Or if you want to, you can go over here and get trade anytime on the app and stuff like that. I don't particularly like trading on apps, but yeah, they're both okay. And what I normally do is I have money in both these accounts, and it's very easy to transfer from one to the other because they allow you to transfer crypto with the Tron network, and so that means it's only $1 to transfer between wallets, which makes my life so easy because if you want to use ERC and stuff like that, then you gotta really, pop down $25 every time you want to move money around. And I guess normally I'm not moving money around, but I still would rather pay $1 than $25 for each individual trade I'm doing, right? As far as transferring that crypto from a wallet to wallet. And Hades, ECB does that more brutally, but that's European, brutal yet logical. There you go. Well, we need some logic in this economy right now, so that's going to be good. Let's take a quick peek over here. As far as the crypto markets are concerned, I want to talk about it in this sense here. In the last 7 days, Bitcoin is only down about 1.28%. Ethereum is down about 4.85%. BNB is down about 3%. ADA is up 5%, even though it's down 6% today. It's actually down 666. Yowza. XRP is about down about 1%. What else we got? Solana's Doge is down 5%. Polkadot's down 5.5%, just like Dogecoin. Wrapped Bitcoin down 1%. Tron up 2%. AVAX is down Shiba is down about 5%. Leo is up 15%. This might be something if you guys want to have some fun with it. It's at a $5.3 billion market cap. Looks like it'll be having a little bit of fun here. But you want to be careful what you guys are investing in right now. Whenever we do eventually have this big crash that should be coming over the next few weeks, any coin that you see that's kind of up quite a bit over the last few days, like HNT here is one, Link is one as well, Theta Network is also one. Those are going to be the coins that I want to trade the most, and I'll be the most excited to trade those specific coins in the future, okay? That's why I opened up a short on Link last night, why I opened up a short on ADA last night, and why I opened up a short on ADA, Link. Is there anything else in there? There's something else in there, maybe FTM or something like that. But that's what makes it so much fun to short these, because when they go up a larger amount, you can really short them down for a good amount of capital here. So let's go to the daily chart. Rejected off of the 50-day moving average with the timing of the CPI. Easy short opportunity, not much up, not much downside if you're shorting, right? Not much upside, if you get what I'm saying. But nice sizable move down here, and that's what I wanted to see. So you see something like Dogecoin today, still holding support, right? Something like ADA getting rejected and holding the 20, looking for another big drop over the next few days. That'll be very, very nice, because if we go from where I bought at the time to where the lows are, we have about a 36% drop if we go back to the lows, that if Bitcoin continues to go down here. So with my 20x position times 36, I don't even know, that'd be about 720% profit for me. Or if I did only 10x leverage, that'd be 360%, which wouldn't be too bad as well. Same with stuff like Link. See how it kind of popped up a bit, hit the price target of 1, popped up above it, but CPI hit it hard, and I was really happy I took the short yesterday, because I was really thinking about maybe taking the short if it hit up here, kind of right around the same time. And then just to get back down to where we were before, we would have to fall down about 40%. And again, 40 times 20, whatever that number would be, 800%, something like that. That's what I'm really hoping for here. But in the short term, now that we've already kind of reached the target here, we started a little bit of a reversal. Maybe it's best to kind of see where those support levels might be, where those pivot points might be. We had an opportunity to hit one today, but we just crashed down through it. Did we even try to hold the support level? We held it for one tap. One tap, that was all it took, and then it turned into a level of resistance. That's all we got from the Fibonacci retracement. One tap, that's it. A bounce, and then we unfortunately continued to come down here, and this pretty, not a dramatic move down, but pretty decent. All right, back over here. Anything else I wanted to talk to you guys about here? No, I haven't seen anything else of interest here. So I didn't short this one. This is the one I wanted to short. I'm probably just going to short this one next pop we have. I really just want to see them have another big issue, and that lead to some type of really negative effect for the company, some type of image problem. And then you might see people really try to pile drive it down on shorts, especially if Bitcoin's crashing at the same time as Bitcoin kind of grinds its way back down to that 200 weekly moving average. And then we talked about this at the beginning of the show today, but this is the daily chart for the US dollar index. It's creeping back up, guys. Remember, everybody said we were never going to break above this level right here. Yeah. And we've broken above it a few times. And let's go back to the daily. And we're starting to surge here again. We notice. I don't want to go to the 50-minute chart on this one, but we notice every time we came over here, we made a new little high relative to what we've been looking at, and we got rejected hard, came back up again, rejected hard, came back up again, rejected again, came back up again. After we hit this new high area over here, got rejected hard, we may just make another high up here, have another big rejection, then make another big move here, and kind of rinse and repeat the cycle. But as long as we're going up overall, which we are, you could expect there to be a risk-off environment where people really don't feel comfortable putting money back into the market just now, where they want to wait out and see how bad things are going to get in the future. Because here's the monthly chart for dollar index. You know, we're pretty much just kind of surging off here at this point in time, kind of going along with the gas prices that we've been seeing, although gas prices haven't been as crazy as the dollar index. Here's the monthly chart. We're we're still creeping up here, guys. I know we talked about it yesterday, but we're still creeping up here, and there's more and more people talking about oil possibly reaching $165 a barrel, which I don't know if that's ever actually happened before. 106, no, 160? No, that's way up here. So let's hope that doesn't come into effect, but again, it'll be an interesting opportunity to see what happens if gas gets that bad, because that'll make inflation that much worse, really that much worse. For Bitcoin right now, though, we do have a nice little trend line right here. Is that going to be the word that works? There we go. Not a big trend line, but a trend line to be watching, just for fun. Let's see. And hey, Caleb, Coinbase offers free trading now. Hey, that's awesome. I don't really like Coinbase because of how high their fees are and how they try to nickel and dime you over everything. If they make free trading, that'll open it up, I believe, to a lot more users. And I think that's one of the reasons they've lost so many people over to Robinhood and Webull and other exchanges out there. Because if you're just normally doing a spot trade, why would you be paying $5 just to make that trade? It really doesn't make much sense, which is why I don't use Coinbase that much. Let's see. And Hades, maybe you can reach Patrick Boyle and do some online collab streaming. That must be awesome. I don't know who Patrick Boyle is, but I'd be happy to look him up. I'm not really social media savvy, as you guys know. But yeah, I would be happy to reach out to the guy. Let me, hold on. Pull up the iPhone. Take a picture. There we go. I'll reach out to him. I do know a few YouTubers out there, like Rob from Digital Investments, Brandon Cohen, whatever his name is. I shouldn't say whatever his name is, but him, his channel as well. I should probably do more collab stuff over the next few months. I did talk to somebody who I forgot his name, but I've been emailing him. He had a crypto channel. He has a crypto channel, but he hasn't posted in a few months. And I was asking him about something about a company that reached out to me that said they reached out to him as well to ask him some sponsorship questions, and it's okay. The company is called Outlet Finance. I may do a video about them later on. But he's going to be coming back to YouTube pretty soon as well. So I'm gonna try to reach out to him and do some collabs as well. So I need to go out there and do way more collabs. And I think it was Ken or somebody that told me that maybe I should try to do a podcast. I may do some type of weekly podcast where I just give some basic updates about crypto and what I see going on and some of the market conditions, and maybe just do that with a once a week, not starting anytime soon because I don't have the time for it right now. But where I talk about some of the technicals, and maybe I have a guest on and we kind of talk about some specific aspect of the market, whether it's whatever it may be, I don't know, whatever, some type of aspect of the market as far as what we could see, like inflation, consumers, whatever, you know what I mean, and have some fun guests that way. All right, what am I looking at here? And hey, Zachar, I'm surprised I've held pretty well for today. Yeah, things have been held in pretty well today. And hit Dr. V, or just move your stop loss lower. What's going on right there? For what? Move the stop loss low for what in particular? I'm not moving mine for Bitcoin, but I don't know if you're talking about Bitcoin actually. And Hades, Patrick Boyle is a hedge fund manager in the huge banks, and he made a ton of videos about financial stuff. An expert in finance, we understand his suffering when on a meme coin Lambo. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll reach out to him and see what he says. I don't know if I have a large enough channel to kind of talk with him, but I'll see. 58,000 subscribers ain't what it used to be. But yeah, I'll definitely reach out to the guy and see if I can send them a message to say, hey, you want to collab and I'll come on your channel. I don't care about people coming on this channel too much. You guys can go over to his channel and help out his channel. But yeah, I'd like to get some exposure. That'd be great. All right. And thanks everybody. Yeah, please make sure to like and subscribe. It does help out the channel a lot. Let's go over here very fast. That's the one I wanted to see. We really don't have any more supports before on these Ganfin levels, those guys. I was really hoping we might find some level of support. It really isn't coming anytime soon, besides the 8-1 and the 4-1 we've talked about. But the 4-1 Ganfin level is all the way down to $25,000, which isn't going to be much help for us. We barely were able to stay above this trend line for more than a couple days. Each time we got above it, we just got slammed. And then, you know, we held on to this Fibonacci level or semi-Ganfin level for a little bit of time, but we broke this just like we did the flag, and that was all she wrote, unfortunately. Anything else here that I really need to be paying attention to? I don't think so. Here's this one. The Dow right here. We talked about this one a little bit as well. And yeah, guys, TEMA, we're clustering here. We're clustering. So it might take maybe 1 or 2 more days before we have a real tight cluster, but we should be seeing a pretty large move here pretty soon, just like how we do it right there, and the time before right here, and the time before right here. When we cluster, we are normally looking for a pretty sizable move, and I think right now we're definitely looking for more of a bearish move than a bullish move. Although I could be wrong, the market feels a little more bearish, obviously, hoping for the best going forward, of course. Let me make a move over here. Back over to Twitter. Whale. I also know the guy that runs this Twitter account too, but he doesn't do really much talking. But yeah, so we got 2 hours ago, Bitcoin short, not much there. I wanted to see the liquidations though. There you go. Longs liquidated 39 million. Shorts only liquidated about 13 million here. So again, shorts are still in full control of this market. Fear and greed index is at 13. That's very fearful, of course. You got to wonder at what point, if we do eventually hit the 200 weekly moving average, will it be at 5, 6, 7? What will it actually take to get it down that far? Had some mixed stuff in here. Shorts, longs, a lot of shorts in here. Then some longs a little bit before that. Yeah. Nothing too crazy. Discord. I heard something about Discord 2 today, but I have no idea what Discord 2 is actually going to be. I'm hopeful it's something exciting going on, or exciting for us to look at. Let me see if I can find some of the support levels here for Bitcoin very fast. Is this going to be the right one to do that? No, let's not even worry about that right now. Let's not even worry about that one. All right. But does anybody have any other questions before I head off for the night? Want to make sure I answer anybody's questions before I go. I got to make some dinner. I've been slacking on actually eating this week, which has been very, very bad because I get really sluggish like I am now, and I'm like, blah. And Loki already had food. Loki's, he's napping peacefully next to me. Alrighty. Make sure I don't miss anything on this particular chart, though. The breakdown. I want to add a couple levels of support on this one as well. So we have 1, 2. And this is a Tether. I don't need to worry about the Binance chart for you guys. But if you guys wanted to see the ultimate support that I'm particularly using right now, I will tell you guys again that there's an 8-1 level if you make a Ganfin off of the lows of the December 13th of 2018. And then the highs, of course, all the way over here from $69,000 for Bitcoin. If you do a 45-degree angle there and put a Ganfin on it, you will see the 8-1 Ganfin level being our major level of support right now, almost making me feel like we're in some type of channel here, just waiting for the breakdown to occur. And we'll wait and see if we can come back up here or do anything really exciting with it. It doesn't look that likely right now just because of what we have in the next few weeks as far as the Federal Reserve and stuff like that. But, you know, this breakdown wasn't too bad. It may accelerate into the weekend, guys, but for now, it just doesn't look horrible, if that makes sense. All right. And hey, everybody, have a great rest of your night. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Enjoy your Friday night, everybody. Enjoy that Friday night. It only comes around once a week. Or if you guys don't want to go out and party, you guys can simply sleep, and that's another way to enjoy your night as well. I'll probably watch something on the flat screen as I eat some rice and